Welcome to Sports Nights with Jorge.
All right, sports fans, welcome to Sports Night with Ori. Once again, thank you so much. Hope you guys having a lovely Thursday night. It's been a while since I come up with a live podcast. Tonight we talking Oriole baseball, guys. Hopefully the Orioles could do it this year, guys. Hopefully they could do it this year. I am excited what I'm seeing right now. Spring training starts tomorrow. Listen, I can't say much, man. The Orioles are looking great. I like what I'm seeing from the ball club. Uh, yes, they have a couple of setbacks with a couple of injuries, just to let you guys know. But I think this team is going to be okay this year. Actually, I think it's going to be a very competitive American League East. Now, if you haven't joined the chat or joined the channel, this is Sports Night with Jorge. I do have a lot to talk about the Miami Dolphins, but tonight we're talking Oriole baseball, and I'll get another date and time to talk about it. There's so much going on with the Miami Dolphins right now, guys, that there's a lot to cover. But I've been so busy at work, so hopefully I could get together with you guys and have fun tonight with talking Oriole baseball. Now, I know I got Oriole fans here, by the way. I really do. So hopefully you guys could come in and join in tonight. So, but anyhow, let me start by saying this. The Orioles finished last year 75 and 87, last in the American League East. They got a little competitive at the end, uh, getting closer to the wild card, but they're pitching. That's the main thing. They're pitching. That is something that's hurting the Orioles right now, guys. I think their pitching right now is not as good as it was. Uh, I know we traded some players. I still believe we need a starter. We do not have a starter, but we do need a starter, at least a solid starter, a veteran pitcher. Because I'm gonna talk about the lineup, projected pitching staff, and listen. Tomorrow they open up at 105 at Sarasota against the Yankees. Yankees had a great season, of course, last year. We know Toronto Blue Jays won the American League East, but still, this is gonna be an American League East battle that I'm gonna say right now. It's gonna be very, very competitive. I think anybody in the American League East could win it. Even Tampa lost a lot of players. They are going to be, I'm going to be honest, they're going to have to compete with each other, beat each other to make it to the next step. That's how I feel. I mean, when they face each other, especially their rivalry games, that's going to be a plus. But anyhow, let me tell you what happened to the Orioles last year because we had to talk about last year. The Orioles run per game, they averaged like 4.18. That was actually 24th in the league. It was not good enough, guys. Home runs, not bad. They were 11th with 191 home runs last year. Uh, Key at bat that they missed is Anthony Santander when he was traded to Toronto or went free agents to Toronto. Let me correct that to be sure. Then we have their batting average as a team 235. That was 24th in the American League last year. On base percentage, they were 305. That's 23rd in the league. Most of the time, they were in the bottom. You know, slugging percentage, they were 394. That was 19th in the league. Stolen base, this is where they did pretty well. 121 stolen bases last year. But of course, they had Hoya Mateo, which now he signed with the Braves, so that number might go down. Even though we do have great base stealers and earned run average. Here you go. The team earned run average last year was 4.60, 25 in the league. That is ouch, like I said. So they struggle, let's be honest. But right now, see, they started spring training tomorrow, game one against the Yankees, and they already got two key players out. They got Westbrook and Jackson Holiday. The good thing is we do have Alexander. That's going to help the team, regardless, guys. It's going to help the team. That's good to have a veteran present. Somebody there that could play second base. And when I give you the projection of their lineup and pitching, I'll show you guys what I see. Okay, so, but listen, I'm excited. I can't wait for the Orioles. I can't wait for the season. I know we still got football, going on. It's over, but we got free agency and all that. But I tell you, I'll talk that in my next podcast. So if you're an Oriole fan and you haven't, you know, joined the channel, take time to subscribe, hit the like button, come in, chat. Not only Orioles, we could talk about your baseball team. How do you feel about your baseball team? And just let me know. Right. So, with that being said, let me start by saying that yes, tomorrow is opening day for spring training. Okay, the Cactus League. I'll give you a schedule if you need a schedule, who's going to play or not. So that's the opening. So I'm excited. I can't wait, guys. It is opening day for spring training, and this is where I look at players and look who's going to do well. Look at their lineups. Look at the projected lineups. Starting pitching. So that's a plus, guy. Very, very. I'm very proud. I'm very happy for the team. I think they made a great pick with Pete Alonso. That's a bat they needed last year. Uh, Gunnar Henderson struggled last year. Did not put up the same number as his rookie year. But listen, it's a new year, 2026, and I believe this team is gonna surprise a lot of teams in the American League East. But I still believe they need a pitching. They need a veteran pitcher. So let me start by saying here's the schedule for the Orioles, and I'm gonna go probably month to month. This is what they got. They got the Yankees tomorrow. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock. They got Pittsburgh coming up on Saturday. I'll probably go live on that one, and I think I will go live on that one on Saturday. We got Detroit on Sunday at 1. I'll probably go live on that one too. Now, Atlanta and Minnesota and Tampa Bay, Detroit, Pittsburgh, and probably Atlanta on Saturday. I'll probably go back because I do work Monday to Friday, guys. I do have a full-time job. So it's hard for me to carry the games at 1 o'clock. But you'll have some updates, and I'll bring in some scoreboard and show you guys who's winning, who's losing. So, but like I say, it's only spring training. So now let's look at something that's very important. The projected lineup for this team. Now, it's too early. They haven't played a game yet. But once again, if you guys didn't join in and have joined in, my concern is Jordan Westbrook. He tried to go today, and apparently the manager said that his elbow was giving him trouble, and he could not even play at third base today. That's another, nail biter for the Orioles. Jackson Holiday had surgery to repair the right hand on Monday. He'll be closed for opening day, but he's not going to be scheduled opening day. So he should be coming soon. Of course, we have Felix Batista that's still on that injury. He's on the probably 60 days. So he can return back. Then you had Colin Shelby, also 60 days. So these are pitchers right now. And then the guy we just picked up on the trade, Jackson Colbert, the right-handed pitcher from Minnesota, he has a shoulder issues. So it's early. It's just game one, and hopefully we can see the Orioles compete this year, which I'm hoping, guys. I am hoping. I'm really excited for them to just come in and and just show the Yankees, show the American League East that they belong there. And that's something last year that really, really hurt the Orioles. And I believe they could overcome all that, guys. I believe so. I believe they could do that. All right, let me see here. You guys can join the chat. If you guys want to join the chat, that's fine. I mean, it's wide open. Hey, Carlos, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for joining tonight. So, we're talking Oriole baseball. I am, like I said, I'm happy. I'm proud of this team. I'm excited what we have, what's coming for the 2026 season. Let me give you my actual lineup, guys. What I feel are the Orioles, what the Orioles lineup's going to be. Uh, Listen, it's going to be a great lineup as long as we get Westbrook back and we get Holiday back. Even though I believe Alexander would do a great job uh, when it comes to filling in for Holiday. So let me go to my projected lineup. If you guys can see it, all right, this is my projected lineup. Now, if it's too small, let me know. I can read it for you. Yeah, the Yankees will play tomorrow. Well, it's exhibition. I mean, it's fun. I mean, I like to see both teams. I see what they have, but I like the Orioles. I like their lineup. Uh, Hopefully, yeah. I mean, the Yankees for me, the Yankees for me right now. My concern is can they keep Stanton healthy? Uh, that's one thing I'm worried about. Their pitching staff, can they continue uh, to stay healthy? And this is all the ball club guys. Let's be honest. Yeah, it's preseason stuff. Yes, yeah, that's. I mean, and that's what you do. It's the same thing like the NFL. What you do is you evaluate the team, and you evaluate the Yankees. I tell you, the American League East, I think is going to be the best league this year. I think Boston's going to be good. I think the Orioles. I think Toronto's going to be good. Even though they lost Bichette, to and the Orioles, of course they lost Anthony Santander last year, but they pick up Pete Alonso. So their lineup, I think Yankee lineup, Oriole lineup, even Toronto lineup with Guerrero and Santander. I mean, it's a great lineup. So it's going to be some good stuff, guys, coming up. But I'm excited. I can't wait. The only thing is, once again, the injuries, man. The injuries. When you get injuries, man, it's just so tough. And that's what happened to the Orioles last year. Now, Orioles are, I said it earlier, but when I started this, the Orioles need to have at least another starting pitching. This is where I think the Yankee has the advantage. And Toronto's there too in their pitching when it comes to pitching. Relieving, Yankees lost, relieving pitching. So, like I say, it's going to be a competitive American League East all the way across the board, guys. I see it. I see the Orioles. Now, I don't predict numbers yet, nothing yet, because I wait to spring training. I wait through injuries. I wait to see who's batting good, who's hot, who's not. Same thing as pitching, their ERA, who's pitching. Remember, these pitchers do not go 9 innings. They go 2 innings, 1 inning, 3 innings. So we have to look at all that. Thank you so much for the hearts. I appreciate it. And listen, even though I'm an Oriole fan, I love baseball. I'm glad it's back. I can't wait to opening day, and I'll probably be there for opening day. Hopefully, I could go live too. So, but now I'm doing baseball, and then I go back. I know Aqua Vale is here. I'll go back to the Dolphins. I got so much about the Dolphins, but I'm talking baseball tonight. But you could talk anything you want. It's fine with me. It's wide open, So once again, let's look at the Orioles lineup. All right, and this is a projected lineup that I see that's going to happen for the Orioles. So you got Tyler Ward. They pick him from the Angels. Great hitter. Jordan Westbrook. My concern with Westbrook is the injury. Gunnar Henderson. Pete Alonso. Okay? Adley Rushman. That Dylan Beaver guy, that rookie guy, it's amazing, guys. Then you have Colin Cowser. Then you got Blaze Alexander, which is going to, of course, play for the injured Jackson Holiday. And then you got Samuel Basillo. That is a young catcher, DH, first base. See, this is where the Oriole lineup has so much players that can platoon in different positions, and they all hit pretty good. They're all good hitters. But once again, you have to wait that they could be healthy 100% and they could start, playing ball at 100% because, listen, you can't have injuries. And If you look at the Orioles injuries last year with the catcher, the first baseman, Mountcastle, uh, Rutschman. I mean, I look at the games, 80 games, you know, 60 games. That's not going to help for the team. Okay, so Pete Alonso, it is a big bet for the Orioles, guys. Believe it or not, people don't believe that, but I do believe it. I think that team is scary, and so is the Yankees, guys. The Yankee lineup is it's incredible too. So I'm not because I have a Yankee fan here. Yeah, the Rays are the Rays are good too. The Rays are good. The only thing the Rays lost a lot of players. I mean, that division, Aquavale, is probably one of the toughest division this year. Last year, even though the Orioles finished in last place at 75 and 87, they were in a wild card hunt, believe it or not. But they collapsed at the end. They went back to the losing streak. And when you start the season bad, man, it's hard to catch up. The hard thing about baseball is the 162 games you got to play. He said Yankee all day. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you like the Yankees, buddy. I'm not gonna get like I said, I'm an Oriole fan, and that's a rivalry, and that's two teams that really compete with each other. And the Yankees are going to be a good team once again. My concern is the Yankee bullpen. That's the only concern I have with the Yankee bullpen this year. Can they stay healthy? Can they, can they hold the league? And I tell you, they had a great year. You got to give them credit. They did, guys. They did. Can Stanton go back the old days with the Marlins? I mean, since Stanton got with the Yankees, he's not been a good hitter. And look at the postseason. Okay, then you got your big guy that he's going to do his thing regardless. Okay, so I mean, it's just that the players that you got around. Now you got Goldschmidt. You guys sign him again, which that's a good pick too. Another home run threat for the Yankees. So, oh, you're a Yankee girl for life. Okay, all right. Congratulations. I mean, listen, they're a good ball club. They're a good ball club. So it's going to be a very competitive, say once again, American League East. And what you're going to see, it's a lot of team, and this is where the rivalry comes in, and they play with each other, and this is something that see the Orioles spoiled the Yankees last year when they play each other. Nobody knew that they were gonna compete, but of course the Orioles were out of it, and that's the bad thing. When you're out of the race, and you come to play, you spoiled. You play spoiler, and that's one of the things that I noticed the Orioles did last year, almost coming into the end of the season, and that's the terrible thing. But this year, it's going to be very, very competitive. But let me go back to the yeah, Josh and Otani. Yeah, man, that's I tell you, Judge Judge destroyed the Orioles. It doesn't matter that guy. Every time he plays against the Orioles, it's lights out, man. So let me get back to the lineup here for a second. So that's the Oriole lineup. Now, projected pitching. This is where I have concern for the Orioles. That's why I believe the Orioles need another starter. Trevor Roger, what a season. Kyle Bradish coming out of injury. Zach Eflin, another one coming out of injury. That's my only concern. Dean Kramer, like I said, he's an up and down guy. So the guy that I like that they signed is the guy from Toronto, Chris Bissett, I think it is, and then Shane Baez. Those two pitcher, okay, are the one that I'll be looking in spring training, because the rest of the pitcher I know who they are. I know how they pitch. I know how they perform. I know how they, how their game goes because they've been with the Orioles. But those two guys they picked, those are the guys that I was seeing, because I think the Orioles need another veteran pitching starter to help this ball club. Now I haven't looked to the baseball free agency, but the thing about baseball is when you play spring training and you start cutting the players and you cut them, this is where the Orioles might take an advantage and take a good pitcher and pick up a good pitcher for the team. Oriole bullpen last year, not as bad, but one thing I have concern for Oriole fans about the Orioles, they give too much base on balls. I mean, they walk a lot of hitters, and that put them in a bind, in a trouble. To be honest with you, I was looking at their stats, walking players last year. Not good, guys. I mean, every time they had a player on base, they actually scored, and that's not good. So, but listen, I'm proud about this team this year. I'm excited. I can't wait. Uh, the young guys, I think their farm club is completely loaded with youngsters. That's going to help the team in 2026. Of course, your roster will increase as you get to the end of the season. And you open with a roster, then you'll extend your roster as you go to the playoffs and wild card, whatever you want to call it, and then you continue to build, see what you have. So I'm excited, guys. And listen, I appreciate you guys coming into the chat, but there's a lot of baseball fans out there. I know that. I got Oriole fans on my channel too. They're not in tonight. They're probably at work or they're doing something, but that's fine. But listen, I'm excited. And listen, tomorrow there's a bunch of games, and I'll put out tomorrow's schedule just to give you guys schedule. And it's just only spring training, guys. It's only spring training. Uh, Let me get here. So, all right. So tomorrow's schedule, we got the Yankees and the Orioles. They got no pitcher yet for the Yankees, but I see a Rodriguez versus Rogers. Then you have Kansas City at Texas at 3:05. The Orioles plays at 1:05. Then you have White Sox at Chicago. You have San Diego at Seattle. Of course, that's going to be their Fruit League. That's not actually their stadium. That's at 3:05. And then you have Arizona and Colorado at 3 p.m. That is tomorrow. Then we have a bunch of game on Saturday. So basically, there's like 5 teams playing tomorrow. Let me be sure that's 5 teams. It's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 teams plays tomorrow on spring training, and then Saturday we have a full house of baseball. So listen, Kansas City had a great start too, and they falter at the end. I mean, it's going to be exciting when it comes to baseball. Those who likes baseball, because I mean, you got to love baseball. And if you don't love baseball, man, you don't know what you're missing. The only bad thing about baseball is you gotta actually play 162 games. But listen, join the chat. You could say nothing in the chat. Anything about your team? How do you feel about your team? What do you think about your team? I know Aquavale said that he's not a baseball guy, but he likes the Rays because he's in Florida. I'm surprised. I'm from Florida, and I got friends that they like the Marlins. So I have Marlins fans. I got Yankee fans. I got Oriole fans. I got Ray fans now with Aquavale. So you express your team. What are you thinking this year? What are you seeing from your team this year? Do you think you have a chance? Do you think you have and this is the American League East now. I could go to the West, to the Central, you name it. I could go to any team you want to see. I mean, and also the National, if you want to go to the National League. So, but those are my actual lineup and pitching staff for the Orioles. I know it's early, and I believe that they're gonna have a. Let me get here. Give me a second. There we go. Let me go to right here. There we go. Now I got the full schedule. I apologize. So Yankees at Baltimore, 1 p.m. Chicago at Chicago. Of course, Chicago White Sox at Chicago Cubs at 3:05. Kansas City at Texas at 3:05. Arizona at Colorado at 3 p.m. And San Diego at Seattle at 3 p.m. And then Saturday, I will go live with the Orioles. It'll be Pittsburgh, of course, Baltimore and Sarasota. All these are spring training games, guys. And Boston and Minnesota, Detroit at New York, Washington, St. Louis, Atlanta, Tampa Bay. Man, it's a full swing of baseball. I can't wait. I just can't wait. Now, Oriole fan, if you want to know where your other players that used to be in your team and where they went, Mateo is with the Braves. That is another one that's going to hurt the Orioles. He is a main base stealer. I mean, he can steal with a single. I ain't gonna lie. This guy can fly from first to second. just with an infield single. That's how fast he is. A double for him is a triple, and probably a triple for him is a home run, an inside the park home run. That's how fast this guy is. So let me look at last year's standing. Those that want to know, Toronto won it last year, even though the same record as the Yankees, 94 and 68. Okay, but they had the advantage. So Toronto Yankees won 94 games, Boston won 89 games, Tampa won 77, and the Orioles won 75. The Orioles were 19 games behind, Tampa was 17 games behind, and the Red Sox were 5 games behind. So what hurt the Orioles? The differential of scoring runs. They were minus 111 runs. Okay, the Yankees was a plus 164, better than the Toronto Blue Jays, by the way. The Blue Jays had a plus 77 differential of scoring runs, but the Yankee was pretty good, and they won 8 in a row, and at the last 10 games, and Toronto went 5-5 in the last 10 games. But Toronto won it because of the advantage they had over the Yankees. Then you have the Central. That was the Cleveland Guardians, by the way, guys. Detroit was second at 1 game. Detroit was on top of that division for a long time. They went down. So you got Cleveland, Detroit. Then you had Kansas City 6 games behind, and Kansas City was also fighting for that division, and they went down. Then you got Minnesota at 18 games, and then the White Sox once again lost 100 games. They were 1,602. They were 28 games behind. This is last year's number, guys. Seattle won the division. They came down. They were down for real. And, guys, they went up and took the division 90 and 72. Followed by Houston, 87 and 75, 3 games. Then we have Texas right behind them at 81, 9 games. Then they had the Athletics, who had a great, I mean, got to give them credit. The Athletics were 76 and 86. Then the Angels were 72 and 90, 18 games behind. In the National, I'm going to go to National League, so I'm going to cover everybody here. The Phillies went to 96 and 66. The Mets were 83 and 79. The Mets were hot. The Mets were on top, and suddenly they collapsed, guys. Then you had the Marlins, who had a great season too, 79 83. Then you have the Braves. That was the shocker for everybody, the Atlanta Braves, because I'm here in Georgia. We have a lot of Brave fans. The Braves were 76 and 86, 20 games behind. Then you had the Washington National at 66 and 96, and they were 30 games behind. Then you had the Brewers, the Cubs, the Reds, St. Louis, and Pittsburgh. So Milwaukee won that division, the Central, with 97 and 65. The Cubs were right there, guys. The Cubs were fighting there to the end. They finished 5 games behind. They were 92 and 70. Cincinnati 83 and 79. St. Louis 78 and 84. Then Pittsburgh 71 and 91. Then we go to the defending champion. I mean, they're great, the Dodgers, guys. You can't say nothing much about the Dodgers. 93 and 69, even though that they didn't have the best record in baseball. By the way, the best record in baseball, it was the Milwaukee Brewers with 97 wins last year. So San Diego finished 90 and 72, 3 games behind. San Francisco, after trading for Devers, and Devers went to San Francisco, They thought they were going to go to the wild card. It didn't happen, but they were 81 and 81. Then Arizona was 80 and 82, with Colorado finishing as the worst record in baseball with 43 wins and 119 losses. So that is your baseball standing for 2025. Now we're in 2026, and it's a different story, guys. It is a different story in baseball this year. A lot of good teams. I see a lot of good teams coming on the horizon. Listen, I think pitching and hitting, if you combine that with a good bullpen, you do have a chance of winning your division. But the main word across the board in sports is you got to remain healthy. If you're healthy all the way across, which remember it's 162 games, your team could actually, get a chance, even have a wild card. Baseball, when baseball added the wild card, that helped a lot of team, guys. That helps a lot of team, especially team that you say, hey man, they're not gonna make it, they're not good enough to make it, but at least the wild card gives you a chance, an opportunity in that division that you're in. And listen, there's teams that are actually, to be honest with you, they were tight last year. Even though the Orioles finished last place, they were in the wild card race. And so there was, Tampa was in a card race, and you'd be surprised. You just be surprised. I mean, you can't say and shut the door on the team and says, hey man, you have a chance, you have an opportunity. In Major League Baseball, you have an opportunity. So let me get here. If you join in the chat, if you just join us, listen, Orioles did get another setback with Westbrook injury. Could not practice again, and that is a big, big bet for the Orioles. But once again, that's why you got a AAA farm club. That's why you got a AA farm club, and that's why you got free agency. That's where you pick up players, and hopefully, the Orioles could actually make a run in 2026. And I believe they can, guys. I believe totally they can. Now I don't have starting pitching, starting lineup.
We all do it. You see a line and wonder, should I join it? Even crazier is that folks stick with insurance that keeps them waiting around to find a
What
claim.
the heck is this, guys? Give me a second.
Day or night. What are you waiting for?
Don't know what is this, but I would like to know what is this.
It feels good to Geico.
My bad. I'm sorry. I apologize. I guess something popped out there. I don't know what it was. That was funny. But anyhow, Orioles roster. I'm talking about Oriole roster now. You have the depth chart. You have the 40-man roster, the non-roster, the coaches, the transaction, whatever you need to know. Okay, give me a second. Sorry about that. All right. As you know earlier, if you guys were just came in, this is the Oriole spring training. Start tomorrow. This is the opening schedule for the month of February. I will have each month as I go, and probably tomorrow, not tomorrow, Friday. Tomorrow they always play at 1 o'clock. Maybe on Saturday when I go live, I'll give you guys the month of March. So I really can't wait, guys, for baseball. I don't know about you guys, but I just can't wait for baseball. So let me go back here, and they do play in Sarasota. That's where they're played. That's where they're actually the spring training facility is for the Orioles. And I can't wait till the team. Let me tell you what opening day is. Let me give you opening days just to give you schedule. There it is. All right, opening day for the Orioles this year. Okay, opening day is going to be March. Normally start April. March 26th is the opening day for the Orioles. They'll play at 3:05 in Camden Yard versus the Twins. Then they're off that Friday. They come back Saturday and play at 4:05. So it's actually 3-day games at home. Then they'll play Monday at home against the Texas Rangers. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 home games when it ends up the end of March. Then on April, They will go on the road, even though they got the Texas Ranger last game on Wednesday. They go on the road against Pittsburgh and the White Sox, and then come back home on April 10th. So that is their opening. I can't go further because I can't, I could go further if you want for all their schedule. But right now, I'm just going to go to the spring training game and then the opening day. So opening day, it's March 26th versus the Twins, and that's at 3:05. Now, looking at the roster once again, guys, Gunnar Henderson, Holiday, Jordan Westbrook, Colton Cowser, Kobe Mayo, Tyler O'Neill is the guy I did not talk about. He needs to have a rebound season. Okay? It is important for him for the lineup. They did sign this guy and give him a lot of money. And he resigned back with the Orioles, which I'm glad the Orioles give him another chance, opportunity, with the team. Guy that we're going to miss, Ramon Urias, Ryan Mountcastle. That's another one that needs to rebound. The good thing about the Orioles, the platooning of the Orioles lineup and the field platoon, that's something that years ago, I loved the Orioles since they had that. They had a couple second basemen, couple third basemen, couple of first basemen, and they had great hitters back then. This year, I think their lineup is pretty strong, pretty built up to win. Projected to win over 90 games, probably more than 90 games. It's going to be a tough division, guys. A tough division to play. So tomorrow, when I come home, hopefully on Friday, I'll give you a quick rundown of the scoreboard of spring training game. A total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, actually 6, 7, 8. There's 8 games, but the rest of the other games are actually their farm club versus each other. You got the Huskies versus the Red Sox exhibition, and you have the Golden Gophers versus the Twin. That is their AAA farm club against each other. The one I'm looking at is Padres and Mariners, D-backs and Rockies, White Sox and Cubs, Royals and Rangers, and Yankees and Orioles. That's all the main one. So. All right. Don't know why, but I guess I'm not seeing. Let's go Twins. Oh, so you're a Twin fans? Okay, that's fine. I mean, if you're a Twin fan, I mean, I think they'll be okay. I mean, it's gonna be I'm not saying mediocre division. I'm not saying it's not gonna be the best division, but yeah, any guys out there, girls, guys, Yankee fans, Mets fans, listen, I do feel bad for the Mets fans. I really do. And not that I feel bad for the Mets fan, it's what they have lost entering 2026 season. They basically went ahead and took all their roster and disposed the roster, which is kind of tough. And this is where I said that when money comes in any kind of sports, because listen, they sure didn't want to sign Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso, I mean, if they really want to keep it, they want to commit and keep him, they won't be able to pay that money. Remember, they're still paying Bobby Bonilla. I mean, he hasn't played baseball in 20 years, and he's still getting paid for it. It's amazing. But these are the contracts that you have to be careful when you sign these players. So But yeah, I mean, listen, let's be honest, guys and girls. It's 162 games in baseball. That's the hardest thing to do. Okay, uh, football is what now 17 games, so it's something that you got to look at. And these players make good money. They get paid well. They get a bonus. They get their incentives of hitting home runs, doubles, triples. So all that comes in play. The thing is, if you have a cohesive team that really plays together, uh, with no ego, no pride, and no selfishness, then you could move a long way. Uh, Yankees are good. Toronto are good. Orioles, I think the Orioles is probably one of the scary lineup that I see right now for the Orioles. Left-handed, right-handed at bats. So, and I'm gonna talk about Pete Alonso for a second, guys. Pete Alonso, it's amazing. Okay, Pete Alonso, it's a great hitter. Yes, he might strike out a lot, but listen, I'm not gonna say something here that that people say, well, he strikes out, yeah, but he gives you 50 homers, 40 homers. He gives you 100 RBIs. I'm trying to look for Pete Alonso here for a second, and I wanna bring this up for a second. All right, so I'm gonna go to by position, first baseman. So, and I mean Pete Alonso, what he did for the Mets, it was amazing, guys. Let me see if I can get Pete Alonso's stats here. Give me a second, and I'm gonna go ahead and see if I get Pete Alonso stats. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. All right, look at these numbers, guys. All right, this is incredible. Pete Alonso started with the Mets in 2019. All he did was hit 53 homers, 120 RBIs. He did struck out 183 times, okay, and had 72 walks. His batting average was 260. So you can see he's not an average hitter. All right. In 2020, Pete Alonso hit 231. It's probably one of his worst year. 31 runs, 48 hits, and I think he was injured that year. 16 homers, 35 RBIs, 61 strikeout. Then he returned back in 2021, hit 37 homers, 94 RBIs, struck out 127 times. Then in 2023, 24 and 25. In 23, he had 46 homers, 118 RBIs. On 24, his homer went down 34 to 88, another injury. Then Pete Alonso hit 38 homers and 126 RBI and hit for an average of 272. Not bad at all for Pete Alonso. So this is the bat that the Orioles are missing the moment Anthony Santander left the Orioles for free agency. The Orioles didn't want to give him a contract. That is the bat that the Orioles was missing, because you can't put the bat on these young rookies, especially Westbrook, Colin Cowser. Then you have Gunnar Henderson. Then you had Holiday. But now with the year's experience with the ball club, this is going to help the Orioles. Okay? I'm not worried about their batting. My concern is the pitching staff. That's all I'm worried for 2026. But that I'll see it the moment spring training start, like I told you guys, and I would make my own probably decision about the Orioles, because I still believe. Let me see who's free agent right now, and let me see who the free agents are available in Major League Baseball. Starting pitcher free agents. All right, here we go. All right, let me see. All right. I'm looking right now who's our free agents and available for the Orioles if they could have it. 2026 starting pitchers free agency. So you got what happened here? I don't want this. Take this out. Be sure that you hit the like button as you come in the chat. Give me a second. I'm looking for free agent pitchers available right now. Free agent. Okay, so man, a lot of people have signed this week. Just to let you know. Okay, Pete Alonso signed a 5-year with the Orioles. Josh Naylor signed 5 years with Seattle. Ryan O'Hearn, that's another guy we're gonna miss too. He signed 2 years with Pittsburgh. Carlos Santana signed 1 year with Arizona. Nathaniel Lowe signed with the Cincinnati Reds. Luis Arraez signed 1 year with San Francisco. Paul Goldschmidt signed with the Yankees for 1 deal. I saw that. Josh Bell signed 1-year deal with Minnesota. Ty France signed 1-year deal with San Diego. JT Romalto signed 3 years with the Phillies. Victor Caratini signed 2 years with Minnesota. Danny Jensen signed 2 years with Texas. James McCann, while he's still around, 1 year with Arizona. Gary Sanchez, wow, this signed 1 year with Milwaukee. He had a good season for the Orioles, by the way, but he got injured. He went back to AAA, but he got injured. Joey Poso signed 1 year with St. Louis. Mitch Garver signed 1-year deal with Seattle. Andrew Snyder signed a 1-year deal with Seattle. And Joanne Hen signed 1 year with Atlanta. So that is your free agency. Okay, let me see it here. See, one guy that I wanted guys to sign, believe it or not, that's a veteran pitcher. Don't know if he signed. Was that Zach Gallen or Gallen? And he would have been a good starting pitcher for the Orioles. Right, let me see here. Well, Gallen did sign, however, so he did sign. But the Orioles, once again, man, the Orioles do need a starting pitcher. They need to get a veteran starting pitcher out there. So let me see who's available. I guess my system don't want to work right now, but all right, here we go. Hopefully this will work, guys. Thank you so much, those that joined the chat tonight. I appreciate it, guys. I really do. All right, here we go. Nope, don't need this. Be sure when you come in, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed to the channel. Yeah, the Twins, yeah, they need pitching, but that's I mean, that's everybody, Carlos. I mean, that happens. That's part of baseball, buddy. Unfortunately, that's how it goes. You know, pitching is part of the it's part of baseball, and that's the main thing. Pitching and hitting is something that really helps a lot. All right, there we go. I just found it. Sorry about that. All right, free agency. Let me see here. Hmm. Try to look for. Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to look for. All right, where are you? I hope you guys having a good Thursday night, guys. Tomorrow's Friday. I got one more day. Hopefully, I can come back and do my things here. I've been so busy. I apologize. I'm not going live, so I've been working Monday to Friday, and hopefully, I could get back on track, guys. That's all I can say. Get back on track. And you Dolphin fans out there, I do have a lot of content about the Dolphins. I do have a lot to talk about, especially the Miami Dolphins. But we're talking baseball because baseball do open tomorrow, by the way. All right, let me see here. I don't know why it's not giving me these guys, but give me a second. I'm trying to get this information. Okay, here we go. All right, and will be available. Okay. See, don't know why it's not giving me what pictures are available right now. Oh, here you go. Anyway, picture. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Sorry about that, guys and girls. Well, it's giving me what the free agents that have signed. I don't need free agents that have signed. I want to see. But here's the players that went to other team. Bo Bichette signed 3 years deal with the Mets. They see a shortstop. We'll see what he could do. Then you have Kyle Schwarber, who signed a 5-year deal with the Phillies at age of 33. Then you have Alex Bregman signed a 5-year deal with the Cubs. These are players that they expect them to heat up next year. So you got Cody Bellinger signed a 5-year deal with the Yankees, first baseman, outfielder. That's a good pick for the Yankees too, by the way. Pete Alonso signed a 5-year deal with the Orioles. He has an average of 38 homers, 126 RBIs, 8.71 OPS, 162 games last season. That's amazing. I tell you, the guy's amazing. Dylan Cease, right-handed pitcher, signed 7-year deal with the Blue Jays. That's a good pitcher too. So see, the Blue Jays picked up pitching, and that's what the Orioles need, man. Starting pitching. But listen, you could join the chat and tell me who is your team. The chat's wide open tonight, guys. I'm gonna be here for probably 30 more minutes to 9 o'clock, and that'll be it. So, and I do have super chat. Whoever wants to add something in super chat, you can go add super chat. That's available. Edwin Diaz, another pitcher that signed with the Dodgers for 3 years. So that's another Met that was gone. So that, I mean, the Met clean house, let's be honest. Eugenio Suarez signed 1-year deal with the Reds. Third baseman, age of 34. Josh Naylor, first baseman, age 29, 5-year deal with the Mariners. Kazuma Akamaro, infielder, age 29, or Akumato. Boy, I'm bad saying names, right? So, Trent Grisham accept the Yankees 1-year deal, qualify offer. So, I mean, it's a lot of good players, different places, different faces, different places. So it's going to be interesting for 2026. All right, Carlos says, I believe the Orioles are going to be good. Yeah, I believe they're going to be good. I think they're going to compete. But once again, Carlos, it depends of the injury. That's all I can say. It depends of their injury. If they can stay healthy, Carlos, I think the Orioles have a chance to win the American League East. But it's going to be hard. Blue Jays, Yankees, Boston. I think it's whoever stay healthy. Okay, whoever stay consistent. Whoever has the better pitching. All that will come in play. They're hitting, clutch hitting. See, that's one thing the Orioles were not good in with the runner scoring position. That hurt the Orioles. See, that's one thing that hurt the Orioles. Ready? Pitching. Allowed too many walks. Second, they left too many people on base. All right, this is where they lost Santander. Maybe he wasn't a good average hitter, but Anthony Santander was driving the run. Now with Pete Alonso, oh my God. Let me tell you, I probably Pete Alonso might lead the league in walks this year. Because that's the guy you don't want to face in the lineup. So I do have a track of all the free agency, but the free agency that I got here picture are the pitchers that are already signed with their ball club. So I really don't need that. The good things tomorrow is Friday, so that's good. Hey, hello. Oh, I am a Dodger. Great, buddy. Great team. Once again, that's the team to beat in the American League, in the National League. Look at the American League. Sorry, I apologize. That's the team to beat in the National League. I think Dodgers are pretty strong again. They didn't have the best year like a couple of years when they won 100 plus games, but they're very, very good this year. I think Dodgers will compete. I think I think that division with San Diego, San Francisco, it's going to be a good competitive National League. I mean, Otani is amazing. I mean, a pitcher hitter. It's hard to see nowadays. And the guy could do both things, okay? Sometimes, yeah, there's a wear and tear in your body. But listen, the guy's amazing, man. I love the guy, too. Otani. A lot of people don't like Otani, but Otani is it's a complete all-around player, regardless of what anybody says. See, Josh is the same thing with the Dodgers. Aaron Judge. So, Aaron is a complete player for the Yankee. But see, these players when they come, what I like about Otani, it doesn't matter if Otani plays regular games, playoffs, World Series. He's just completely dangerous. I mean, he's good. He's really good at it. So, yeah, I actually, I look at them probably either a wild card or I do like them winning the division. But that's going to be a tough American League East because you got Toronto, even though they lost Bichette to the Mets, they're still going to be good. They got Vladimir Guerrero, they got Anthony Santander, they got great pitching. Yankees are going to be there again. Unfortunately, the Yankees are going to compete. Boston is looking good too. Don't count out Tampa Bay. The Orioles, like I said, they're probably one starting pitching away. If they could get a starter, a free agent starter, and this is going to happen in spring training when they start cutting players, and that's when the Orioles are going to feed themselves up and pick up players and put them in their lineup. And once they do that, watch out because their lineup, their hitting lineup, it's amazing. I did put this out there. This is their actually starting lineup. And their hitting, I have a problem with hitting. Pitching right here, there's two pitchers I'm looking at. The guy from Toronto and Shane Baez from, I think it's Tampa. Those are the two players right now I want to see in spring training. What can they do? Can they help the Oriole pitching staff? Because I'm going to say they are going to score a run. This team is going to score a run. Their lineup is pretty powerful. Good lineup, speed, power. My thing is what hurt the Orioles last year, on base percentage, and I brought that number out tonight so you guys could see it. The Orioles on base percentage was last in the league. There's a lot of stuff the Orioles did last year that, hurt the ball club and their pitching. Their pitching ERA. Let me see if I pull it up. They were 25th in the league at 4.60. You cannot win with that kind of ERA in the American League. I'm sorry, especially with, but of course you're facing good lineups in the American League, especially Seattle, Cleveland Guardians, Detroit had a good season too. So it's tough. It's really tough. Yeah, especially with Pete Alonso. No, Otani, listen, for me, I'm going back to Otani. Otani is just an amazing player all around in baseball. I mean, a complete pitching as a pitcher and as a hitter, he's amazing. See, Pete Alonso, and going back to Pete Alonso, I don't want to change back and forth, but Pete Alonso is a big bat for the Orioles. Now, we know he could hit the National League. Can he hit the American League? Remember, he's now switching to the other division. That's my concern. Sometimes players come out of the bat good. Some players struggle until they get used to the American League pitching. I believe this. Last year, the National League pitching was better than the American League, but the American League had better hitters than the National League. And quote me if I'm wrong, but pitching win games, but you got to have some hitting. And that's what I saw last year. And maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I saw last year. So be sure that when you guys come in, subscribe, hit the like button. Listen, I'll be sure you have your team. I already have Yankee fans. I got, yeah, there you go. Yankee will win tomorrow. It's exhibition. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. It's just exhibition. It's just going to be, like I say, what I look at spring training is just players. That's what I look for. You could go 0-15 in spring training. It doesn't mean anything. I'm just looking at more of who's hitting, who's not, who's pitching good. So, and like I say, the Yankees will not put all their starters, and so the Orioles will not put all their starters. They probably put up AAA players, AA players, so they could rest the veteran players to play for the season. So they'll probably get a couple of bats, but that's it. But the Yankee will have a good team once again. I've been saying it all along. So. But once again, who knows, right? Who knows? So I know I got Minnesota Twins fans. I know Carlos a Minnesota Twins fans. I see you're a Yankee fan. I see a Dodger fan. That's great, man. I can't wait for baseball. The only thing with baseball is 162 games. That's probably the hardest thing in baseball right now. But hey, I'm an Oriole fan, so I know we got Yankee fans out there. I know we got, like I say, Dodger fans. Oh, we got also Tampa Bay. Tampa. Is it Ray now? Was it because they changed their name? So we got Tampa, we got Yankee here, we got Orioles, which is me. So we got a full swing of baseball fans here. And there's not one guy that's not here tonight. He's also a Yankee fan, so he hasn't come in and checked the live tonight. But I got plenty of Yankee fans. And listen, they were tied with Toronto last year, 94 wins. But of course, Toronto had the advantage because they have a better win record. I think it was on the road or something like that, a home game, and that's why they won their division. But it was close. It was close. It was real close. Now, do you guys like the format of the wild card, the first round of 3 games you're out, or 2 games you win, 2 games you're out, or you want to see it extended to 3 to 5 games? Because that's the one thing I want to see. I want to see it to extend a couple of games. People ask me, George, I say I don't know. If I know first round is 3 games and the second round is 5 games, and then you got 7 games, and then you go to the World Series. I believe that they should change that 3-game. That's my opinion. Once again, I want to thank everyone that has joined the chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I'll be back probably here Saturday and Sunday. Try to go live with these games, live scoreboard and everything. By the way, I do have a scoreboard right here, and I can show you guys that tonight right here. It's not on yet. That is the Yankees and the Orioles, but of course, I'll be working tomorrow, so I won't be able to do it, but that is my live scoreboard. They'll give you I won't give you highlights, but I'll give you scoreboard. We'll give you who double, who triple, who homers. So that's going to be there, but I won't be doing that because I'll be working full time. So that is the scoreboard I have. All right, that's a good one. If you like, one. Okay, I like as a 1-game elimination. Yeah, that's true too. Play with each other. 1 game, you take it all. You don't. Yeah, like I said, I know. With already 162 games, you're adding 3 more games, then 5 games, and then you're adding 7 games. That's a lot for baseball. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a lot. But I agree with you. I mean, you're right. Just take 1 game and say, hey, this is it. All winner, take it all. But going 3 games, it's kind of tough. But that's true what you said. That is so true. I like that theory. 1 game and whoever wins takes it all. So, but I'll be once again. I'll be live Saturday and hopefully Sunday. I'm trying to make it Sunday. I haven't been live for a while. If you guys missed me, and I know some of you guys did. You guys are new, don't know me. I've been doing this for 2 years for YouTube, and I've been doing sports. I do cover the Dolphins, but I do cover every team. And when I mean every team, I talk about every team in my podcast. That's the information I want to give you guys out there. Sometimes people get upset. Well, you're a Dolphin fan. Yeah, but I talk about the Jets, which people get upset. New England, the Super Bowl, the playoffs. I talk about all that, guys. And now here comes baseball. And baseball is longer, just 162 games, so it's kind of hard to do. But hey, I'm doing it because I do this because I love it and I love the fans and I love the people. That's one of the main things if you guys don't know me. I do this because I have a passion, and the passion is that I love my people that's actually here in the chat or even not even on the chat. Uh, I thank to all my subscribers that have subscribed, and I really enjoy everything that I do, and I hope you guys do too. So, I'm trying to stay positive. I remain positive, and that's a good thing to have, especially the way the world's going right now, guys. But I leave it to that. So, and you can see my podcast. You can look at. I do make videos, short videos. So I have those available too. I do so many things with YouTube. So, and it's everything is positive, guys and girls. Everything is positive. Um, don't bring no negativity out of nowhere. Just have fun. That's the most important thing. But anyhow, I got 15 more minutes. If you guys have anything to ask, anything to add to your team, what do you want to see? Right now, my picks and prediction, I do that probably last week of the spring training. I'll sit down, I look at the official lineup and the official pitching lineup also, I mean pitching rotation and the lineup, sorry. And once I do that, I will do my picks of baseball. The same thing I do with football. I wait till everything finish out, the draft, the free agent, who signed, all that stuff, all that goodies. And then I'll determine on my picks who I like. Now, I did good a year ago. Now, last year I did not did my picks because, like I said, I was too busy, guys and girls, too busy. But I did my pick a year before that, and man, I did so well in football. Baseball, I did pick my Dodgers, which is I'm an Oriole, but I picked the Dodgers to win the World Series. They did. Uh, didn't see Toronto winning the American League East, but that was a surprise. But hey, there's always a chance for everybody in this league to show up and listen. And it has to go with a lot of stuff, guys and girls. It's pride, ego, love what you're doing, the commitment, the chemistry. It comes from the coach, from the staff, from the pitching staff, hitting staff, all the way around. If everybody's in the same page, same circle. The only hard thing about this in sports, there's only one team that can make it to the World Series in each division. Same thing as in football. In Super Bowl, you got 32 teams. My God, only 2 teams makes it. One in the National, one in the American. Same thing in baseball. It is so difficult, but it happens. That is part of sports. This is why you enjoy it. So, but anyhow, I'm gonna leave the open mic for you guys. If you guys want to add anything, what are your expectations for your team in 2026? My expectation for the Orioles, to be honest with you, is winning the American League East. That's how I feel. No other way to see it. I love their hitting. I like their lineup. Their pitching, I just have a question. That's it, a question mark. Can they get a starter? Could there be a starter available for free agent? Could there be a starter available after spring training? Can they actually sign somebody to help that ball club? So, but listen, I want to thank everybody tonight. Really, I really will. Bottom of my heart, I thank everybody that joined the chat tonight. And that was a Yankee girl that joined in, Andrew that joined in, Carlos Fierros, Aqua Vale. Thank you so much, you guys, for participating and and joining the chat. Please be sure that you leave your notification bell on in case you want to join. If you don't have that on, sometimes people don't do it, but I always say, hey, have it on, so when I come live, you could join. It's going to be a fun year, guys and girls. It's going to be fun. I believe the expectation are high, especially in sports. The only thing that's ruining sports right now, and I'm going to say this, and I don't want to say this in the wrong way because some people get offended when I say this, but I don't say this to offend anybody. Money in sports, it's ruined it a lot. Money, it's really thing that I try to stay positive, okay? But the money, guys, I think, you deserve to get paid, but you get paid, because you're a good hitter or football player, whatever. But so far, it's gone over, over proportion of signing players with that amount of money. You're good, you're good. You're gonna deserve what you're gonna get. But wow, that's my opinion now, my personal opinion. What I see now in sports is just amazing. What I'm trying to say is this: the love of the game is gone. It's about how much I'm gonna make. And remember, I come back from the old days. The Orioles, 1983. I talk about the Yankees back then. Uh, the Dodgers back then with Fernando Venezuela. Uh, Now it's wide open. The money's there. Take it, leave it. The love of the game. See, I come back with the Cal Ripkins. The Cal Ripkins. What's the guy named Lou Gehrig? Uh, Mickey Mantle. Look at those guy contracts back then, and look at it now. Even when Dave Winfield played for the Yankees, Reggie Jackson played for the Yankees. El Bunbury played. Fernando Venezuela, Steve Garvey. Look at now. If you look at all those players and you look at now what they make in baseball, it's just amazing. But once again, that's my personal opinion. I know everybody has theirs, and I respect their opinion. But just think about that. So I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up. Even though I got 12 minutes, but you guys can stay on board here. You can add anything you want in the chat. Like I say, it's wide open. Uh, I'm gonna go back and give you guys what's gonna happen tomorrow, and then I'll close it out with that. But anyway, we still got time. But we have Yankees at Baltimore and Sarasota. We have Kansas City at Texas. All these are Fruit League game, or you want to call it spring training games. You got Chicago White Sox and the Cubs at 3:05. These are 3:05 games. And then at 3:10, you got San Diego at Seattle, Arizona at Colorado. That is Fridays. Now, full swing of spring training on Saturday. Bunch of games. So I'm glad baseball is back. I am proud, and I can't wait till the season to start. This is something that I've been waiting for a long time. And could this be the year of the Orioles? Listen, they had 2 out of 3 winning season until last year. But this could be their year. So, who knows? It could be the Dodgers too. Who knows? Pittsburgh, the Pirates. They had a good season last year. They look good too, But of course, everybody's look good on paper. So when you hit the field, see how good you are. But once again, I want to thank everybody. I'm going to start name again. Yankee Girl, Andrew, Carlos Fierro, Uncle Vale. Thank you so much, guys and girls. You guys have a great night, great weekend. Enjoy the game tomorrow if your team play. If they don't, see you guys Saturday. Probably the game's at 1:00. I want to be sure. I'm gonna have a full swings of scoreboard from every team. They're playing in the Cactus League. Well, they call it the Cactus League, the spring training, you name it. They call it everything. So, I am going to wrap it up because I do have to work tomorrow. You guys have a blessed, beautiful night. Stay safe. Stay positive. Once again, thank you so much, and God bless you all. And you guys have a good night. Thank you.